What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the Texas Rangers Report. And if this is your first time watching, make sure to subscribe right now because I'm your number one source for all things Texas Rangers related on YouTube. But also make sure to join the Discord. That link will be in the description down below. We talk about everything Rangers on there regarding the MLB draft, live game chats, news, rumors, and minor league updates. So if you haven't done any of those two, make sure to do that right now. But yesterday was an amazing performance from Martin Perez. He was facing the Houston Astros. Christian Javier was on the mound for the Astros, and it was a nice pitching duel. Honestly, say if Martin Perez didn't have his complete game shutout, we would have been like, wow, Christian Javier pitched really well. But this is amazing for the Texas Rangers, who, whenever they signed Martin Perez, I didn't expect him to do anything near what he's doing right now. So far, he already has a 1.5 WAR, a 1.64 ERA, a 2.4 FIP, and I mean we're less than halfway through the season. The question is, can Martin Perez keep this up? And I think he can, because if you look at his baseball savant metrics, he doesn't strike out that many people. He doesn't throw the fastest, doesn't have the fastest spin rate, but teams figure out how to use different players differently. Because I know whenever Trevor Bauer won Cy Young, everybody was just looking at spin rate, spin rate, spin rate. But the thing with Martin Perez, he misses a lot of, not bats, but because he's a ground ball pitcher, so he really uses contact to his ability, but he's missing the barrel of the bat, and that's the biggest thing because obviously the players start barreling the ball up, then I don't think Martin Perez would be pitching this well, but he continues to do it start after start, and he is in the 92nd percentile in barrel percentage, the 89th percentile in expected WOBA, and the 91st percentile in expected slugging. So that is tremendous. And I mean, to do it versus the Houston Astros, I mean, one, they're probably the best team in the division still, even though they've lost some pieces like Correa and George Springer over the year. But I'm still going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're probably the best team in the division. But we were able to do this performance at Minute Maid Park. And the Rangers have had so many struggles over at Minute Maid for however long we've been rebuilding, 4 or 5 years. And for a guy we only gave 1 year, $4 million to go out and do this, he's been doing it the entire season, which is crazy. I know whenever we signed John Gray, I thought he was going to be the next Kyle Gibson, Lance Lynn, or Mike Minor. But honestly, right now, it's looking like Martin Perez is that guy. It's also really nice to see him performing like this because remember, we signed him as an international free agent, and he was in our organization for the longest time. And then we let him go, and he signed with the Twins, the Red Sox. But my mind is still blown. Obviously, you still need some offense. The offense hasn't been amazing away from Globe Life Field, but we did the job. Cole Calhoun hit a solo home run. He's been on fire lately, and Mitch Garver and Marcus Semien also had RBIs. But if you think about how this team is constructed, we have a really good defensive outfield. The infield defense is so-so, but with Eli White patrolling left, Adolis Garcia in center field, and Cole Calhoun in right, I mean, that's potentially 3 Gold Glove outfielders. I don't think Cole Calhoun is what he used to be in the outfield, but obviously you can see that the pieces are in place to be a solid defense, and then the pitching has been spectacular as well. Obviously, we're still 2 games under 500, but our percent chance to make the playoffs, according to Fangraphs, has actually gone up from like 0.5 to 4%. So obviously, that's not anything like drastic, but still, we're getting better. And I think things are starting to fall in the Rangers' favor because Hopefully, John Gray's pitching tonight. Hopefully, he can stay healthy, and maybe he can be the Rangers can have that nice 1-2 combo of John Gray and Martin Perez. Dane Dunning has looked decent. He's had some scuffles here and there. And then you have Taylor Hearn and Glenn Otto. Those guys I'm not too confident in. But if you have a nice 3 starters, maybe we can be in a good spot towards the trade deadline. Because honestly, we are not too far out from the second wild card spot. Actually, it's the third wild card spot now because of the expanded playoffs. But we're not too far out. And maybe with this rotation, maybe we could maybe we're close near the trade deadline, and we could do like a trade kind of like we did for Cole Hamels to get us over the hump. But also remember, we have Cole Winn that should be coming up maybe after the All-Star break, maybe around the trade deadline. Things are looking positive. Obviously, we're not the best team. We're not the Dodgers, or even we're not even the Astros, even though we beat the Astros. Hopefully we can to win 2 more games to win the Silver Boot Series. That would be awesome for the Rangers. But, I mean, going back to Martin Perez, I think these guys are starting to change the culture in the Rangers organization. But also, I really like what the front office is doing. Because when we signed Martin Perez, I didn't think he was going to be this good. You guys didn't think he was going to be this good. But the Rangers keep finding guys, and it's really impressive. Like, even when we traded Mike Minor, we got Dustin Harris. And I was like, we could have had a top 100 prospect if we trade Mike Minor in 2019. Obviously, the Rangers didn't expect him to be that bad, but he was. But we were still able to find a really good prospect in Dustin Harris, and now he will probably be a top 100 next year. He was really close this year, but overall, I don't know if we'll make the playoffs this year. I really like the trajectory of how things are going, what the front office is doing. The thing is, I wonder what could happen to Martin Perez if he keeps this up. Does he get traded if we fall out of contention? That could make sense. Unlike Cole Calhoun or Brad Miller, those guys had options for next year, and Martin Perez is only getting paid $4 million for 1 year. So if we're out of it towards the trade deadline, it probably makes sense to trade him. But he also seems like a guy that maybe we could give an extension to or re-sign in the offseason, since I think he likes being in Texas. But if he keeps this up, this could be his last chance to get the bag in free agency. So a lot of things to think about for the Texas Rangers. But the biggest of them all was Martin Perez's complete game shutout over the Houston Astros. And the Astros, I say this over and over, but they're no slouches. They have the likes of Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, Yuli Gurriel, Michael Brantley, Jose Altuve, and Jordan Alvarez was on the bench. I don't know if he was hurt. But they also have Jeremy Pena, who is looking like the front runner for AL Rookie of the Year. So good stuff. And if we are able to win this series over the Astros, that'd be huge, because we just swept the Angels, who were a top team, or still are a top team in the division. And if we're able to, we wouldn't sweep the Astros since we already lost, but if we're able to win 2 more games and get 3 games out of the 4-game series, I think that would be amazing. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below of Martin Perez's complete game shutout. Were you worried that Chris Woodward was going to take him out, or were you worried that, like, oh no, just get Joe Barlow in there for the last out, because he let 2 singles back to back, but then he got that nice fly out from Yuli Gurriel. Eli White had an easy catch because he's a really good defender. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I'm your #1 source for all things Texas Rangers related on YouTube. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.